Hey, hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you, my friends? Hello, Diane. How was your morning? I hope it was great. I hope that you had good chances, good opportunities. Did you take any trade today? Hello, Rael. How are you? Hey, Luke. How are you, Salman? All right. Well, apparently, like like any other Friday, this is not gonna be a crowded session. Hey, Alex. Still holding QQQ? Come on. Where is it? 577 40s. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, CJ. Hello, Smile. Smile, where are you from? Not sure if you know, but I'm from Mexico. And I have a relative that his name is Ismael. I think that's kind of the Hispanic version of your name. Hey, Mina. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. All right. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute. Not sure if there's a lot of people just still coming. Hey Alex. This was kind of obvious, right? This was kind of obvious. Hey Chen, how are you? Hey Tony. We done with Traders Lab. Yeah, well that's the thing. On Fridays, Jack session. It's 1 hour before our trade review. So sometimes he just goes uh later than that. So yeah, sometimes the people from the Traders Lab is not ready to join. Smile from Afghanistan. All right, that's a long way, my friend. That's a long way. Thank you for being here. Hello, Sina. Hey, Diane. AMD Boots. Let's take a look. Hello, Anne. Mr. Hans. All right, guys. We are around 30 people, something like that. Well, all right. So let's take a look to AMD. If you are on the Discord, well, let's take a look to the higher time frame, right? So we have been here for AMD. We have been here on a very nice trend, but this area here, 184, 187, has been our resistance, right? Our resistance. So any rejection around here, like yesterday, look at the strong rejection, right? Again, this is the 15-minute chart, but look at this strong rejection of this 185. So today I was actually expecting some sort of continuation on this rejection because we have this gap here. This gap is coming from Tuesday to Wednesday. So this we had this gap up. We had this gap up, and now we were just filling this gap. So I had a good feeling about this. I had a good feeling about this. I had like, okay, well, what if we keep below this 178.82, 178? 178 was the previous week high, so that was so important for me. That's why it was so important for me. So on Discord I was sharing like, guys, if you see this thing below 178, that's our signal, right? So we had this break with this break of this 178, and we had this retest of the 5-minute opening range low. So I actually took this trade here on right on this candle 1029. uh so I for being honest, I unload like majority of my position, like 80% of my position right here at this 177, because I already watched this reaction here, right? Like, can you see it was a strong drop, but look how well we reacted to 177. So with this bounce, I already knew that, okay, well, buyers are waiting here, right? This 177. So I unloaded like 80% my position right here. And I was writing this. I took 10% of my position on this candle just because I was like, oh, well, this is going back again. So I took like 10% of my position when it went back to 10%. And the last 10% I wrote it all the way to 176.50. I was just patient because I already had like a huge drop. I think it was like 60% right here. And just this move was well, I was playing same day expiration, so this move was amazing. I think this move was like 50 or 60%. So when it was to 10%, I took 10 more, and I was just writing free money, right? Free money, 10% of my position, and I took it all the way right here. So for what I'm reading here, it's some of you took the same thing. Dian, I took AMD puts today, opening my position 1019 candle. 1019 right here. 1019. 1019. Can you tell me more about this, Dian? I mean I know what you did. You were watching this break of this support, this local low retest, and you took the right to the downside. But is it stop was 178 178.82? So 82. Oh, right here. Okay. I close 50%, 1025, 1025. Oh, this impulsive push to the downside. 40%, 1033. Another push. And the last 1052. Come on. How crazy were your contracts? Like 100 and something percent? Do you feel comfortable sharing that? Not Yeah, this move was crazy. Over 100%. Yeah, for sure. I mean, only here was 100%. This thing, I think it was like more than 150. From here to here, yeah, like maybe 200. Yeah. Okay, so next week expiration. Well, that's great. I mean, that's great. That's super good. Uh, who else? Alex, you took the same trade? Yeah, good, good, good. All right. Hello, Cuba. Hello, Linda. Hey, Ken. All right. So yeah, I mean, this thing is kind of the same setup that I've been showing you that I like. Failing to create new highs, uh, breaking previous support, came back for retest, and here it was not only a good point of support, but also was aligned to the 5-minute opening range low. So this was an easy entry if you have been following the what I'm telling you every day, right? 178.82 was the key. Yeah, yeah. Just because looking at this price action, right? Like, I mean, it's trying and then strong reversal, trying again, strong rejection, and with this rejection it actually crossed this let's say this support turn resistance, or resistance turn support, and now turn resistance again. So yeah, no, I like a lot your reasoning on this. uh Once we lost it, I knew that this is going to drop. What do you think? I think it's amazing. And that's how you play AMD. That's how you play AMD. I know some of you guys say like, "Oh well, AMD sometimes is super aggressive to the upside." Dude, it is aggressive to the downside, not to the upside. I mean, yeah, sometimes it has like good plays to the upside, but AMD, it's the best name. In my opinion, it's the best name to take the downside, because every time you you lose it, it's like big time, just like this, right? Just like this. All right. And this was what you teach us yesterday. It is. It is. And you will see. Actually, I was chatting earlier today with Luke. As you know, Luke, he's only playing futures, ES and NQ, but he has been paying attention to this setup, to this kind of head and shoulders, failing to create new highs, breaking support, retesting and drop. So we were chatting about that, and I took the exact same trade that Luke. It just I took it on QQQ. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. But I mean, is this one here? Is this one here? But I want to explain, like on the big screen. Just give me a few minutes. Right. So well, that was Amazon. I'm sorry, that was AMD, guys. This is Amazon. For being honest, Amazon has been trading on this area here that I don't love it. Look at this. So it was just playing around this. It was just playing around this daily gap. It was just playing around this daily gap. And the only thing that I was watching here was exactly like this, right? Failing to reclaim key levels, failing to create new highs, breaking this. Let's say you had. Oh, it's not working. Oh, okay. Let's say you had these two different key levels or key areas, right? This is like the neckline of this move here. Again. This is like the neckline of this move here. So this is it. Or this, right? I mean, any of these two. So you break this support, come back, retest it, reject it, and look what happened here. Guys, this is your setup. Do you remember what I told you yesterday? And this is very important. This is very important. And I told you yesterday, I actually just memorized because this is super important. Every setup must have conditions, just like this, right? I mean, you are looking weak, you are following the indices, you have something. Every condition must have a reason, right? Every condition must have a reason. Every reason must have a process, and every process must be repeatable. So this thing that you are watching here, I think it checks all of this, right? It's a setup with specific conditions. The conditions have a reason. These failings, these sellers stepping in, sellers in control. The reason need to have a process. So the process is how it's reacting, how it's moving here. And this process must be repeatable. So this is something that you can watch every single day on different names, on different tickers, even on different time frames. But in the 1 minute, it's easier to just to identify. So just memorize that, guys. Every setup must have conditions. Every condition must have a reason. Every reason must have a process, and every process must be repeatable. I actually printed out and I have it right here in front of me because that's my reminder that I should not be trying to react to any candle or to react to whatever is in front of me. I just wait for my repeatable process, and that's it. All right. So today I was watching Amazon. For being honest, between AMD and Amazon, I chose AMD because we had this huge reason to fail. So this gap fill was enough reason for me to choose AMD. But look at this. Amazon also dropped nicely. Where? All the way to 230. All the way to 230. Side number, round number, strike number, and 230 has been a magnet for some weeks, months now, right? So as you can see here, you are still inside of the 5 minute, 1 minute opening range. But once you break this range here, you have this nice retest and rejection of this support and resistance area, and then you can just take the ride to the downside. My first target was this previous day close. This was the first target for me. But look at this. I mean, you can just follow this 230.49. It's actually 230.50. And this 230 is the round number. So you can't make this out, right? I mean, it's going from one key level to the other. So if you were just aiming to this previous day close, you had a 1 to 3.6, 230.50, 1 to 5.8, and 230, 1 to 8. That was amazing. So and actually look at this. I mean, you had more opportunities to enter. Not just this. I mean, if you were watching this, for example, as you can see here, this is the break and retest of this. Well, this is actually the low of the day, right? This is low of the day. So you have a break retest, and you can actually have something like this, right? Something like this. If you were aiming to this 230.50 was a 1 to 3 risk reward rate to trade, all the way to 230, 1 to 5. So that's amazing. So can you see, once you start failing your key levels, it just goes key level to the other. Hey Ann, hello Luis. Dian, in fact, head and shoulders and inverse head and shoulders are among the most repeatable patterns because they naturally form a higher low or lower high, establishing the market structure for a move. Exactly. I don't trust too much the inverse head and shoulders. I don't trust it too much. I like better, like the regular break and retest. But to the downside, head and shoulders is just like my favorite thing. Hello Neto, is there any indicator in TradingView that draw key level automatically? Yes, it is. If you go to the, well, you have different options. If you are on Traders Lab, ask any of the customer success managers and they will provide a link. If you are not part of the Traders Lab, you can just go to the video or the channel description right here on YouTube, and there's a link. You can follow it. It's not a free tool. It's a paid tool, but this tool, it's super worthy. It saves a lot of time. It does a lot of stuff. The one tool that you are watching here, this is only the key levels, but it's a combo. It has more tools on it, and it's just great. The developer is one of the community. It's a friend of mine. He's actually right here on the stream. So if you ever have any kind of questions, support, ticket, or whatever, you can just go to the tool and ask for it, or you can come to the streams, and he's most of the times he's around, so he can give you like live support. All right. All right. So that was Amazon. Let's go to Nvidia. Nvidia was a bit harder to identify here, guys, because it was dropping hardly this morning, and once it reclaims the previous day low, I was like, I don't know, like I was hesitating about Nvidia, because I was thinking like, oh well, this thing is gonna just range inside yesterday's range. But let me show you. This is the higher time frame. This is a higher time frame for Nvidia. As you can see here, we have been just ranging between 184 and 180. So I was just waiting for any of these key levels to break. And today we had this fake this fake break. We tried, but then later, let me show you here. Later, we tried to reclaim, retested this previous day low, rejected this previous day low. So I was watching like something like here, like okay, well this thing is failing to to reclaim 180. So maybe if you take a shot to here, and as you can see here, I mean the desired thing will be like, hey, let's go to low of the day. That will be the desired thing, right? But if not, you can always start doing what I'm doing here. Like right here, it was I was looking 178.50, and just like that, you are looking for 179. Look at the reactions at the key levels, and or 178 right here, right here, something. Yeah. Okay. So and as you can see, most of our reactions are around these key levels. So you just try and like uh you just try to hit these key levels. And also look at this, all the way to 178.50. It was a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade. So that was amazing. If I enter into a trade like this, guys, I'm not waiting. It's a Friday, so I'm not waiting for it to go to my stop loss. Once we close this candle above this previous order block right here, I will be closing my position. But this drop, if you took same day expiration, this drop was like 30%. So right here you are like 10% on the green. So you just don't wait all the way to go back, right? I mean, this has been a good thing. Mr. Hans, 936. Come on, 936. All right. Let me try here. All right, 936. I think it's this one here. Yeah, 936. Oh, you were looking for the fail of this 181? Let's take a look. 181 right here. Well, it was the pivot low from yesterday and from Wednesday. Yeah, well, this 181, it has been quite a crowded key level. So yeah, well, I understand what you did here, Mr. Hans. This is a breakout trade for all of you guys. This is a breakout trade. What I would like to see, it was, I don't know, like something like the break and then the retest of this area here and then the drop, right? You didn't have that. So but if you took this break of this area here and it never came back, well, anyways, I mean, you were looking right here, you were just looking for the previous day low, right? I think that was was that your target, Mr. Hans? Is it too dark here? I think no one is watching me, right? I will probably remove my video here. It was a quick break and retest of the 1 minute. I didn't see. Well, let's say an immediate retest. Right. Come on, DC. No, I think I'm gonna remove it. You know what? You make me think. It's. I have to confess. That just because of you guys, I'm now paying attention to what I wear. It's like I usually just wear like sports clothes. Like I like a lot of my Adidas t-shirts because on the afternoon I just go to the gym. So I'm wearing like dark blue or just black t-shirts. But now because you are watching me here, it's like, oh well, I mean, how long since the last time I used this. I don't want other people to say like, "Hey, this guy is not. He doesn't have anything else or what." uh, all right. Interesting watching my reaction to your trades. Gaby Vanidoso. Yeah, I know. All right, all right. No, I do have pants. I do have pants. Jeans. I you know what? I never can just come here and show up to my desk and not being ready. So since I sit down in front of my computer, I already took a shower. I just brushed my teeth. I most of the times I already took breakfast. Said goodbye to my kids for going to school. Take out the trash. You know, it's like kind of my routine. I need to feel like I'm ready here, like if I went to the office or whatever. Right? It's part of my routine to feel that I'm ready for everything. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing pants. I promise. It's blue jeans. Blue jeans. Not wearing PAs. All right. Well, for the public petition, I'm gonna leave my video here. But yeah, I'm not the happiest man here. It's sometimes like today. I just think that it's taking space from the actual action. I don't know what. Probably I need to move it to like to this corner. Maybe I can do that. Let me let me try to do that. What about this? Is it better? Yeah, I think probably this is better because sometimes it's like I'm just blocking the view on QQQ. Yeah, but sometimes I'm blocking the price action here. Well, let's see what happens. I'll try to just keep it. Okay. No, CJ, I'm not forgetting everything. I'm fully dressed, guys. Don't worry. All right. So Nvidia. So I was telling you that I was looking to this area here on this 180 area on Nvidia. So once we started rejecting this and it started to go lower, I was just looking for. I will be just looking for the reaction right here on this previous day low. As I told you, I'm not trusting this drop because it this higher time frame it's actually telling me that I mean this is just too strong, right? This is just too strong. Yes, we had a few fakes over the week last week, but I think this is just holding 180. This is just holding 180. I will not be shorting Nvidia below 180, maybe below 177.50. Yeah, something like here because not sure if I ever told you, but I'm using this daily 20 SMA, and in my experience, this daily 20 SMA it's so powerful. So I will not be shorting Nvidia until we actually break the daily 20 SMA, not before. All right, all right, all right. So let's go to the next one. Tesla. All right. So Tesla was also one of the names that, in my opinion, it was an easy trade today. All right. So I'm gonna show you a few things about Tesla. So for example, I have this line here. Let me show you here. All right. So this is the 4-hour chart for Tesla. This is the 4-hour chart for Tesla, and I have this trend line here, this wedge or flag, or I don't know how to call it here. But this trend line here has been very, 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 very magnetic. As you can see, this trend line is not letting the price go anywhere. So right here, after dropping to the previous day close, it broke, retested. It was also the previous week high. So a lot of liquidity right here. Previous day close, previous week high, pre-market low. This was an easy trade. This was the easiest trade of all of them, right? Because it's a lot of key levels right here. Previous day close, pre-market low, previous week high. Also this one 335 key level, round number, side number, strike number. So everything dropping below here, it was an easy trade to the downside. So if you were looking for this all the way to 232.50, why 232.50? Because it's a strike number. That was an easy trade. That was an easy trade. It offered a 1 to 2.7 risk reward ratio trade. But look at this. Look how many times it rejected this trend line. This trend line. I already show you this trend line. It's rejecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So anything that you took on the rejection of this trend line, look how well it held 328. And this is why we draw lines. We are drawing on the 15-minute chart, right? Because we want to see reaction on the previous days. We want to see reaction on the previous days. And look at this. You can't make this up. Look at how well it held this last Friday key levels, this last Friday price action, this last Friday pivot low, right? Oh, what I did. Right here. Okay. So again, I'm not drawing any other chance here, but look at this. I mean, this was a nice opportunity here. Look at this. This is another nice opportunity here. Can you see here, guys? I mean, this was all super easy to follow today on Tesla. I know it's a Friday. I know it's Tesla. Tesla is like this toxic girlfriend that you never know what it's gonna do. I know it. But yeah, so this is exactly what I'm talking with. When you are watching this kind of weakness here, and indices actually looking the same way, Tesla is your name. All right. Anyone took Tesla trades? Oh, thank you, Luis. Yeah, only 15 likes. Come on, guys. You can do better. All right. Let's go to the next one. This is Microsoft. Well, Microsoft was kind of just playing around. Nothing too much here. Let's go to Palantir. Look at this. I love it. Palantir dropped this morning, like heavily dropped this morning, right? You may say like, hey, Neto, I was watching this break, retest, 176.33, rejection. I took this one here. That was nice. But the easiest way to do this, it's, look at this. Head and shoulders, failing to create new highs, change of character right here, break of support, retest. It was chilling around this, but then drop. All right. This is the exact same setup that we have been talking about these past days, weeks. Failing to create new highs. So the market structure is interrupted here. This is just killing momentum, and it's showing you the most important thing is that the most important thing here is that you know where the battle between buyers and sellers is taking place, right? I mean, that's the most obvious thing here. So once you identify this area here, and this is what we mean with look at the price action. It's not about the pattern, guys. It's not about the pattern. It's how the price is actually reacting right here, how it's moving right here. So if you are watching this break of strong support, look, it was resistance, turn support, support, turn resistance. So if you are watching this area here, being the battlefield between buyers and sellers are, taking control of this, look at how many rejections on this exact same area. So if you took this trade to the downside, it was easy, piece of cake. EMA and SMA, well, the EMA, it's supposed to be like more reactive to the last days. But when I'm looking to the daily, I think it doesn't matter if it's the EMA or the ESMA or the SMA, because you are on the daily. Probably it makes a difference on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute chart. But on the 1 day, I think it doesn't make any difference. For being honest, I've never watched them like back to back on the chart. If you do that, Richard, let me know your findings. I'm not sure if it's a huge difference. The EMA reacts more to the latest price action, right? And the SMA is the standard average, right? It's the actually SMA means simple moving average, and EMA it's exponential moving average. So the only difference is that the exponential moving average reacts more to the latest price action, right? So not sure the difference on the daily, but if you want to find out, that you can share with us, that would be great. Okay, Gavi 944, 944 your time or my time? If it was this one here, it was a very nice trade. I like it. It was the break and retest of this 5-minute opening range low. Oh, my time. Okay. Oh yeah, that was it. So break and retest of this 5-minute opening range low of the day, rejecting this, what is this, 176 key level. I like it a lot. What was your target, Gabi? 174? On the 15 minutes, I like the retest. Yes. Look, you wanted to take that, but it happened so quickly, and it takes me a while to pull up the contracts. Yeah. Hey, look, we need to talk again for the Webull setup and layout, right? Maybe I can actually I recorded a video for a friend on how to set up a stop loss, well, an advance order, like the ones with the stop loss and take profit orders at the same time. So I'm gonna share with you. Just give me a minute, or just send me a note on Discord. I will send it to you, because it's a short clip, probably like a 1 minute clip, and it shows how I did it. All right. Gabi 1 to 2 win rate. Oh, 1 to 2 risk reward, something like here. Chicken. Well, 175. It was a strike number, round number, everything good. Yeah. You were using just one contract, Gabi? Chicken. Just one contract. All right. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's a very good plan. All right. So sometimes what I do, Gabi, sometimes what I do, or what I recommend when you are just trading with one contract is, once you reach your 1 to 2 risk reward, set up set a stop loss order right there, and just start trailing the price. So if it starts going down, I mean, you push the stop loss, and so whenever it just pullbacks aggressively, uh, at least you are on your 1 to 2. I mean, you are already on your target. But if you are just trailing it, I mean, you might squeeze it a little bit better, right? Okay, so that was the one Palantir that I was watching, and I'm not sure if everyone here understood this process, this concept. So this head and shoulder, it's just showing me that price can't go higher, and breaking this consolidation, or this support, retesting, turn resistance, and then drop. This is the setup that I like a lot. This is a setup that I like a lot. As you can see here, there's not a single candle closing above this stop loss. That's why I wouldn't close this trade. And then the huge drop, and this is a very aggressive drop. So if anyone has a question about this setup, just let me know. All right. All right. Let's go to the next one. Don't trust Apple, especially on a Friday, guys. But well, this was a clear break retest pre-market low. Look at this. This is the pre-market low. Break retest pre-market low. This was a 1 to 2.6 risk reward ratio trade, all the way to well, I don't know, to this key level. If you were aiming, let's say 1 to 2.5, it was 231.65. That was a nice one. Second chance here, more rejections on the pre-market low, and this actually offer all the way to previous day low. This is something that I like a lot. Again, it was retesting this area here, this pre-market low. But look at the indices. SPY was a little bit weaker than QQQ, but both of them, they were rejecting the pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low, 644.50 on SPY. So this was looking like a good context-wise trade to the downside. If you were just aiming to low of the day, it was a 1 to 2.7. If you were aiming to previous day low, look at this, it was a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade, and I love it. It actually went lower. All right, let's go to the next one. Google. Someone asked about Google today. Chen, with the consolidation on Palantir, will you hold your trade? I believe it's almost an hour before it actually worked. Here, 10:51, 11. Yeah, it was like 40 minutes. If I took same day expiration, I don't know. For being honest, I don't know. Maybe I was just, like trying to trim something on every push. And at the end, I was just like holding a small position. But you can see here, there's not a single, I mean, your risk, it's super low here. Your risk is super low here. And there's no a single candle closing above this. And this is actually giving me a lot of hints. Actually, I may add it to my position. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I might add it to my position with looking at this, right? Looking at these rejections of this area here, and every candle that tried, look at the rejection. I mean, it was a strong rejections around here. So I don't know. I mean, if I was paying attention to the price action right here, I might not close my position, but yeah, it took 40 minutes to actually work, so I don't know. Um, Ken, do you ever look at the call or put wall? No, Ken, I don't. I don't. I only focus on the technicals here on the chart. And for being honest, I'm not paying too much of attention to the IB or to the open interest. I'm not uh, I'm not that kind of trader. I'm not that kind of trader. All right, Google. Well, Google was completely the opposite to the market, right? I mean, it broke above this 205.50. Oh well, let me go here. Palantir, Apple, Google. All right. So I had this 205. Let me tell you from where. 4 hour chart. Okay. Oh, look at this. Oh, so this is from. All right. So this is all the way from February. This was a pivot high. Then the well, look at this. We are actually just looking almost to all time highs, right? So I had these key levels here. So 205, 205.50, 206. As you can see here, this nice break and retest of this 205.50, a little bit above the previous high of the day, a little bit above of this order block right here. But it's kind of a round number, right? I mean, it's a you can see that sometimes I just start drawing this. Okay, 205, 205.50, 206, 206.50, 207. So this is just a reference, but look how well it reacted right here, 205.50, right? This 205.50, if you were aiming to this high of the day bodies, it was a 1 to 2.3 risk reward rate to trade with a few opportunities to trim your position. Well, that's the only thing that I was watching here on Google. Let me go to Meta. Is Ramesh here? I don't think Ramesh is coming every day, so I will ask him if he comes so I can prepare Meta. But I was watching these two different, three different opportunities here. So the first one is this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range above previous day high. All right. So this was super bullish, even with the indices just dropping. Meta was just, uh, ripping by itself. So nice break and retest of this 5 minute opening range. And if you were aiming to 792, all right, it was a 1 to 3.7 risk reward rate to trade. And I think this will be 792.50. So we can have the strike number, right? All right. Do you constantly change tabs to monitor all of these? No, I'll show you in a minute. I have a 57 curve Samsung screen, so I have like a few different uh, windows, not just the tabs. But I'll show you in a minute. Just give me 1 minute. So if you were watching for this break and retest of this 5 minute opening range, all the way to 792.50, that's the strike number. It was a 1 to 4 point something reward rate to trade, and it went all the way to this daily key level, right? And look at this. If you were paying attention to order blocks, this is the one candle rule trade, kind of trade, with this break retest of this one candle rule order block here. Nice reaction. And if you were aiming to high of the day, it was a 1 to 2.5 risk reward rate to trade. But then Later, guys, later, look at this. Failing to create new highs, then breaking this support area, turn into resistance, and look how many reactions. This is exactly like the Palantir trade, right? Let's go to the Palantir. Look how many reactions around here. Failed to create new highs, broke this support area, turn resistance, rejection, drop. So just like in Palantir, Meta offered this exact trade, this exact same trade. Can you see? Failed to create new highs, breaking of this support area, turn into resistance, rejection, drop. I didn't draw this because I'm not exactly sure what I should enter, like maybe this. My stop loss will be here at the top of this candle. I will be aiming to here, previous day high. Look at this 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade. This is just great. Do you guys understand this setup? Do you still look for head and shoulders setups after 11? No, actually after 11 I'm usually not even in front of my computer. Looking at how many times this support turn into resistance happens, it definitely will incorporate in my edge, especially with key levels aligned as confluence. Yes, this is very repeatable, Luke. This is very repeatable. I'm glad you're liking it, and actually I'm even happier that you are actually identifying it like really well on different names. All right, guys. That's all on tech names. I want to show you what I was watching on SPY, and I think it was kind of the same thing. Break of this area here. This is the daily gap. This is below pre-market low. This is below 5-minute opening range low. So it never came back and retested this area here, right? It never came back. But if you were watching this order block here, look at how well it came back, retested, and then drop. Hey, Neto, but well, this was not that clear. Well, it is. It actually is, right? I mean, then it comes back again. Look at how it's using this 644.24. What is this 624? Give me 1 second. 644.24. Well, it's this Wednesday. Well, actually, this week's pivot level, right? This has been a pivot. Look at this 644.24. It was used as resistance on Wednesday. Resistance then turned support on Thursday, and then today it was turned into resistance again. So again, every touch to this key level, it just rejected and dropped. Another touch on this key level, rejected and dropped. And I had this area here as my trading area for SPY. So I was watching this area here, 643, as a strong demand, right? Strong demand, came back here, demand, came back here, demand, came back here, demand. So you can see this 643, that's exactly where buyers are sitting, right? Okay. And for QQQ, hi Kevin, I see you were always putting your entries quite sharp. Don't you wait for the entry candle to close? I do. I never enter like on the retest. Look at this. For example, this one this is today's trade for me. This was my trade. This second trade. So I want to show you this. I'm gonna take this out so you don't get confused. This is what I was telling you, right? Failing to create new highs, this head and shoulders kind of thing, break of this support area, turn into resistance, and look at this, Ken. It's the retest, and I didn't enter until this candle came all the way down here. I enter right here. My stop loss was at this 578.50, and I was just waiting for this drop because it retested here, rejection, retested here, rejection, retested here, rejection, retested here, rejection, and then drop. This was my trade from today. This was my trade from today. I think this was your same trade, look, on NQ. I think it was. That's what you told me, right? So, I'm sorry, Kevin. Do you see? I'm usually, like, for example, here, these on this trade, it's you came back, retested the 1 minute opening range low. You rejected this, and for example, right here, I'm saying that you should open this position not only after this candle closure, but after this candle, it's actually below the 5 minute opening range. Can you see here? This is the entry point. You should be opening your position here. Your stop loss is at the top of these retesting candles. And well, I mean, you can play with your targets, right? But as you can see here, then this is the trade that I took. I waited for this candle to actually reject it nicely here. I entered when this closed, and I was just waiting. But yes, I'm not. That's my style. I'm not super aggressive, just taking the retest. I'm actually waiting for one or sometimes even two candles to confirm the move. Right? Look, you took the same trade on QQQ or NQ? Kevin, yes, I see what you're saying. Retest, then the reaction, then the entry. Yeah. Sometimes by the time I enter, the price has gone in our favor and the risk reward slightly changes in our. Yeah, and that's what I told you this week, Kevin. I know sometimes you are tempted to take just the retest. I know that is really tempting. But waiting for the next candle, maybe not to close, but to react, that gives a lot of clarity, and I way prefer clarity than risk reward. Right? Look, you try QQQ, got 55% on your last runner. Nice. Why 55? You were on a different. You were next Monday expiration. Yeah, because same day expiration, this thing went like 100%. Strike price was 578. All right. All right. Good. All right. All right, guys. Well, that's everything that I have for you. Um, Kevin, not sure if you got what I was saying. I mean, I know this kind of hurts the risk reward. I know this. I mean, I don't think it's actually hurting the risk reward, because if you are getting clarity, that's more important than risk reward, in my opinion. All right. Dian 1026 candle, 1026 candle, 1026 candle. Okay. Why break and retest is better than breakout trades? Exactly. Yes, exactly. If you were trying this breakout here, this candle here cook you, right? And cook you big time, because I mean, if you enter here and this candle alone, it's hurting you like crazy. Um, Chen, you like it? Yeah. Again, Chen, that's Neto speaking for himself, right? Uh, that's Neto speaking for himself. I prefer clarity than risk reward. Okay. What time did you enter? It was this one here, 10:36. I entered 10:36. CJ, please don't forget to show your trading setup. Yeah, yeah, no, if you guys can. Ah, right here. Okay, so I usually I usually have I usually have like here. Let me show you here. Okay, so just imagine. Well, I think I can do this. Give me 1 second, guys. Video capture. No. Properties. That's it. Can you see my whole screen now? It well, it's not showing well because the resolution here, CJ. But look at this. So I usually have something like this. This is my watch list. Right here at the center of my screen, I have my watch list. Right at at the left right here, at the left right here, I have SPY and QQQ. And at the far left, I have a 15-minute chart open. And this chart, it's usually just switching between the names that I want to see, right? So this is kind of my trading screen. So 15-minute chart at the far left, my watch list at the center, and this watch list screen or this watch list window, it's a bit wider than the ones at the corners. And the far right, it's SPY and QQQ. And I like to see independently SPY and QQQ like in a big format because I like to see how they are moving. As you know, I take a lot of trades on SPY and QQQ. So for me, it's really important to see all of the candles here, how they are forming, the speed and everything. And here, guys, it's just, like a good understanding of what the names are doing. If I start looking, if I start liking Tesla, I just come here to the 15-minute chart and switch this chart to Tesla just to understand what is it doing, at least on the last past days. All right, and that's my trading setup. That's my trading setup. Oops. Window trading. Yes. All right. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? So I don't have several screens, but I have a huge screen that I think it counts for maybe 3 screens, right? Yeah, so it's a 57 wide curve Samsung screen. If you are on Discord, on the Scarface community, if you are on Discord, there's a channel that it's called trading setup, and you can see there a lot of nice pictures of different people setups, and there are a few ones that are fire. I mean, I just have like a huge screen, but there's people that have like the whole environment with lights and the desk. It's amazing. It's amazing. Mr. Hans, is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Neto, do you use Trading View for trading or Webull? No, no, I use Webull. Because I only trade options, so I need to use the broker. You can't trade options on Trading View. All right. All right, guys. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for the week. I think this week was super interesting. We learned a few tricks. I told you some of my deepest thoughts. For example, I think we all learned a new setup, right? Look, this I don't like to name it like the head and shoulder setup because I mean sometimes it's a head and shoulders, but sometimes it's just like a fail to create new highs, and it just keep dropping. But yeah, I think this week uh, was very good. We spread some golf memories. Thank you very much for joining every day. Yeah, thank you very much for joining every day. Please, 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 this channel is growing. I mean, it's slowly growing. So if you can like the channel, I'm sorry, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you can share with other people, that will be dope. And the more we grow on this community, I think the more names and the more examples we can have here, and we can all learn from each other. All right. So thank you guys for being today. Remember to journal your trades. That's the only way to actually squeeze the lessons from all of your trades. Uh, it doesn't matter if it was a win. It's actually more important if it was a loss to identify what if you did something wrong, or if you didn't, that's okay. Remember, there's not a single setup with a 100% win rate. So just take that in consideration, understand how your setup works, and that's gonna align your expectations to your data. All right. What happened to Google? We watch Google. We watch Google. Oh, oh, what happened to Google? I don't know. There's something happening with Elon Musk, and why Google is only recommending the Google Chrome. I don't know. There's some news about that. There's some news about that, but this is a huge drop. Look at this, all the way to previous day low, and came back in the same in just one candle. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. It's not happening on the indices. Can you see? It's not happening on the indices. So yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you very much. See you on Monday. Have a great weekend. All right. Bye.